Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid. I am your host, Dan the Man Boxing. Well, I don't need to say all that. Thought I'd try a new introduction with my name. So, guys, before I start, I would like for you to do me a favor, hit the like button, and if you can get other people to subscribe to this channel, I greatly appreciate that as well. So, first things first, you see the title on the of the hangout. Mikey Garcia and Sergey Lipinets confirmed. Yep, it's true. Mikey Garcia decided that he will not fight Robert Easter as we thought he would do. So he decided to bypass that fight and go ahead and take on a bout against Sergey Lipinets. So he'll be fighting him for the vacant 140, well, fighting for the 140-pound title. So, yeah, what's going on, Red Fox? What's going on, man? Well, you know what, man? Yeah, the debate was supposed to happen. Apparently, it's not going to happen. So I had to change the title. So I'm not sure if you're still seeing the old title, but yeah, apparently Zone and Low Place decided they're not, well, whatever, due to unforeseen circumstances, as I would call it, the debate's not going to happen, at least for now. So hopefully we can get it on later today. Hope for it, but we'll go from there. What's good? 122-429. Yeah, MBT's in the house. Lipinets stops him in the 12th round after Mikey Garcia dominates him in the 10th. Mark words. Oh, man, that's a bold prediction, bro. Very bold prediction. But after Lipinets' last fight against Arcala, I really doubt that. But hey, this is boxing. Anything can happen, you know? Anything can happen. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to go on February 10th at San Antonio. It's going to be in San Antonio. I think it's at the Alamo Dome. I think. Yep, it's going to be at the Alamo Dome. And on the undercard, it's going to be Ransom for Barthelemy, undefeated. He's going to be facing Kyle Reddick, Relic for the vacant WBA super lightweight title, a title that was recently vacated by James Crawford. So this is actually going to be a very interesting card. I actually like this card. Again, Lipinets, based off his showing against Ricardo Alcondo, I just don't see him beat Mikey Garcia. I really think he's going to get overwhelmed in that fight. To be honest with you, I really believe that. But like I said, anything can happen in this fight, bro. Anything can happen. So I'm definitely picking Garcia to win it. But if somehow, some way, Lipinets can come out and show that he can, um, he could outbox Garcia. I mean, which is a very difficult task to do. All credit to him. But all I gotta say is that definitely Mikey Garcia is a heavy favorite to win it. He's definitely got the superior skills. Definitely has the better ring IQ. So we'll see how this is gonna play out. So definitely looking forward to it, man. What else we got here? He says that MBT, man, you making some bold predictions, man. You say that Lipinets will finish what Salido could. We'll see. We'll see on that, man. We'll see on that. But yeah, it is what it is on that. But this is what Mikey Garcia had to say about um well, actually not Mikey Garcia. Um, this is what Sergey Lipinets had to say. This is what he said here. Quote. Look, getting the title is one thing, but keeping the title is a more difficult task, which is true. I'm not about to give it, about to give it away to anybody. No disrespect to Mikey Garcia or anyone else out there, but I'm keeping my title. Now, beat Mikey Garcia will put me in elite level of boxing, and that's where I belong. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy my team was able to put this great fight together, and I can promise you that this won't be a snoozer. Now, it's going to be an action-packed fight for sure. Now, hey, he's very bold. Lipinets definitely got the right mindset and attitude. So, um, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, but don't. I just think he's a bit outgunned here by Mikey Garcia, but we'll see. So this will be Mikey Garcia's attempt to get a fourth title, I believe, in a different weight class. So yeah. So he's gonna probably campaign at 140 for a minute, and then he'll try to collect his belts there against all the other champions. We'll see. We'll see. So other news, Vladimir Klitschko is auctioning off his robe that he had with the Anthony Joshua fight, and I heard it's a lots of money. So according to the report here, I'm not sure if this is much of news. He auctioned off his robe for be the worth of 160,000 pounds, English pounds, which is you can convert that to 215,000 US dollars. Wow, just for a fighting robe. Jesus. Okay. But according to this report here, Klitschko did it for charity, which I believe because the man's got enough money. I mean, you got, hey, you might as well just go ahead and auction it off and get a little chump change here and just donate that chump change to your charitable organization. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's not too much of news, but damn, 215 grand just to auction that robe off. Damn, I mean, Klitschko did do it. Marxist, what's going on? I don't know why I like that title, man. Marxist. I remember you, MBT, that you say that. Doc Dre says, "What happened to the debate?" Yeah, man, the debate got called off the last minute, man, due to unforeseen circumstances. So hopefully, we can get these guys on to do it again later today. But as of right now, I'm gonna just go over the news real quickly, and we're gonna, like I said, I'm talking about the Garcia and Lipinets fight being confirmed for for the IBF title. So, and then the rest is the Barthelemy and Kyle Reddy could be fighting on that undercard for the vacant WBA 140-pound title. So that's definitely going to be an interesting card on February 10th. On obviously it's going to be on Showtime, I believe, but we'll see. Truth and facts, what's going on, Bo? Yeah, I'm at work too, man. Kiwi, what's going on, man? Yeah, we're doing well here, man. We're doing well. I'm just going over some news here. I'm sure you heard, man, about the Klitschko auction off his robe for 215,000 US dollars. That's that's a lot of money. But hey, I can't knock him for it. But it is what it is. It's his robe for his fight against Anthony Joshua that he uh, that he auctioned off. So yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. All right. Joseph Parker's trainer, Kevin Berry, came out and said that Joseph Parker's resume is better than Anthony Joshua. Ah, I don't know about that one, but let me read his quotes here. Let me let me read that quote. Since 93 Sports, what's going on, man? He says here, Mikey's fishing moving up to vacate his 135-pound title. You know what? From the looks of it, it may be the case. So it looks like he's campaigning at 140, but no word on him dropping his title yet. So maybe he's going to try to get a one-off fight at 140, collect that 140-pound title as a trinket, like Sugar Ray Leonard did it against Daniel Lalonde, and then give it up and vacate it and come back down. That's a possibility. That could be the case because, again, I think he's going to campaign at 140, but then again, he's going to try to take some fights between get one-offs between 140 and 135 because I think he's waiting for Lomachenko to come up. That's what's happening. Both said here, do you think Mikey's trying to avoid Lomachenko? No, hell no. I really doubt that at all. I really doubt that. Really doubt that. I think what Mikey's trying to do is that he's trying to get a title and he's trying to get more leverage in the negotiation process if that Lomachenko fight were to come off. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, hey, look, I got 4 belts, bro. I won 4 titles in 4 different weight classes, and you won 2. So, I'm just giving you a scenario that what could happen. So, that's the case right here. Oh man. Okay, guys, off the topic. I just got some notification that FCC, which is the Federal Communications Commission, which you guys are. If you're in the U.S., you know what the FCC is. The FCC have decided they have repealed net neutrality rules. which is going to be a fucked up situation over here in the United States, and that's a very bad move. However, just because they repeal it doesn't mean it stands as law. I really believe this is going to be challenged in court, and I really believe that the Supreme Court is going to overrule the FCC on this matter right now. And this right here is a very fucked up situation. It's bad, in my opinion. So that's the yeah. I just wanted to give you guys a quick breaking news on that. If you guys are following the net neutrality situation with the FCC. But anyways, yeah, I just think that Mikey is trying to get more leverage as the quote unquote A side if he negotiates with Top Rank and Lomachenko. That's why he's trying to get that 140-pound strap. Who knows? I think he's going to be at 140, but then again, I won't rule out that he's trying to get a one-off fight there and then come back down. That's a possibility, but I don't think he's trying to avoid Lomachenko. I don't think he's trying to do that at all. I don't think that's what he's trying to do. Kiwi says that, yeah, Barry's known for talking up his boy, though, and take it with a grain of salt, man. But you know what? Hey, he is bold, though. But let me read the quote, what he said here. He says there that, if you look at the resume of both guys, Joshua has two names that really stand out, a 40-year-old Vladimir Klitschko and a 36-year-old Carlos Taco. Now, we know that Klitschko was old and he had been down. And let's remember, 2 fights before Klitschko went 12 rounds with Brian Jennings. He couldn't knock him down. Yet, Luis Ortiz took him down 5 times. I don't know about that. Did Luis Ortiz knock down Brian Jennings 5 times? I think he knocked him down 3 times. That's my recollection. I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what else is it. In the Carlos Taco fight, right? If you look at the Carlos Taco fight, he had 12 days notice and no sparring, right? So he had no sparring for that fight. We fought Taco on the 3.5 month notice. So we got the best there was of Taco, and he was a year and a half younger, and now Joshua is a year and a half more developed, and he made very hard work of Taco. Now let's go backwards from the Klitschko fight. He had Eric Molina. Why the fuck didn't he fight Taco then? They've had that opportunity to fight Taco, and ever since we fought him. And in fact, a funny story, I remember Joe got a message from Joshua in the dressing room after the fight saying, congratulations, I would have knocked him out in 1 and 2 rounds. Well, Mike, you had the opportunity to do that on 12-day notice, and you couldn't do it. Or he couldn't do it. Damn, that's cold, Kevin Barry. Kevin Barry also laid out that Parker's resume, which he feels compares quite favorably to Anthony Joshua's. Then on Joe's resume, you have Takum, you have Demetrenko, you have Ruiz, who was 29-0, Huey Fury, who's freaking awkward, no one else would fight. We got 2 guys in there, in Takum and Ruiz, who were everyone's top 10. So our resume is better than his. Barry's explained. Oh man, wow. Oh man. Well, you know what? Kevin Barry has some points. He makes some points. Then again, he's not entirely accurate here. Okay. He does have a point about the Carlos Takum thing. Yes, they were more prepared for the Takum fight, and they got the best out of Carlos Takum. That is true. And Anthony Joshua took Takum on a 12-day notice or 10-day notice, whatever you want to call it. Fine. And Anthony Joshua did say, he did say this, that he would have knocked him out in 2 rounds, and he didn't do that. He had a very difficult time with Takum, even though he was winning that fight in a dominating fashion, but he still had a difficult time with the guy. So I know some would argue that, well, Joshua didn't have enough time to prepare for Taco, so that's why if he had more time to prepare, then he would probably have knocked him out in 2 rounds. I don't think so, because Taco's a very tough dude. Okay, he's only been stopped once in his career before that shady stoppage over there at Cardiff. To be honest with you, that was a shady stoppage. He only been stopped once in his career against Alexander Povetkin, which many people feel that was a bit suspect at that time, but it is what it is, right? So with that said, yes, I don't, look, I have to disagree with Kevin Barry on this as out of the broader context of the situation, because Anthony Joshua, let's be honest, he does have that signature win. He has that signature win, and I think he has a couple more top 10 opponents than Carlos Takam. So, and he's beaten 3 undefeated fighters so far. So And this is early in his career. So I would have to give Anthony Joshua the nod because he's also a unified champion as well. So I got to give him I got to give him the edge on the resume argument. So I disagree respectfully with Kevin Barry. So Kiwi says there that Taco was training for another fight, though. Yeah, that's true. He was. He was. But at the same time, it's very difficult to try to transition from, working so hard, months training for one particular fighter, and then you get the call a last minute, short notice to train for another fighter, which is very difficult thing to do because you have to go in and you have to change your training regimen all over again. You have to get another sparring partner in there, just who has a relatively same skill set as the opponent that you're facing. You have to, jot down notes on its advantages and their disadvantages. It takes time to study your opponent. Some fighters do prevail, on fighting guys and beating them on short notices. But in most cases, you want to be more prepared. And, you want to know what you're going up against. And unfortunately, that was the situation. MBT says that look, AJ was all over the place. He said 2 rounds and then he said 11 and 12. Hey, that's true. He was. Agreed. Was just thrown out there because Barry neglected to mention that. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And like I said, man, he makes some good points, but at the same time, I do not agree with them with the entire context of the fact that or the narrative that Joseph Parker's resume is better than Anthony Joshua. No, I don't agree with that at all. He's wrong on that. So Joseph, still got a little work to do, and both guys are still young. They're both champions. They're at their time, their prime of their career, so they still got ways to go, both of them. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. Yeah, talk is talk. Everything else changes once the guys are in the ring. That's an absolutely good point. So yeah, Kevin Barry. I don't know, man. Yeah, what's going on, Jones? I'm good, man. Joe Zoes, what's going on, man? Let's see what else we got here. And some other news. Let's see. Alexander Povetkin and Christian Hammer. I think they're supposed to fight tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. Are they supposed to be fighting in the WBA title eliminator tonight? NBT says it doesn't matter. March 31st, Parker is taking Anthony Joshua's head off and resume with him and end up debate. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I like Joseph. I really do, but I would have to favor Joshua to win that fight. But we'll see. Hey, NBT, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Your predictions have been on point as of late. Your predictions has been on point. So if you get this one right, man, you definitely deserve a medal for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. You deserve some type of recognition if you do get this one right. All right, what else we got here, y'all? Just looking at some news. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah. Kiwi hoping that MBT is right, but yeah, he's been on point with his predictions as of late. So we'll see. Joseph Parker needs to be worried about Povetkin. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, it's an Christian Hammer and Povetkin fight for the WBO title eliminator or WBA. Let me see. Because the fight going on tonight, I think it's going on tonight, I think, or tomorrow. Povetkin weighed in at 223 pounds, and Hammer weighed in at 256. So I think this is the lowest that Povetkin has ever weighed in his career. And I'm looking at the photos of the weigh-in, and you can tell Povetkin has lost his some of his definition. We all know how he got that definition in the beginning. So he's lost some of his definition. Obviously, he's no longer on PED, so that's very obvious. So we'll see. We'll see on that one. I'm definitely favoring Povetkin to win it. I doubt he'll stop Hammer, but I think he'll win it on points. Obviously, this fight's in Russia, so he's definitely got the advantages over there. Since 93 Sports says it's WBO title eliminated. Yeah, okay, thanks for clearing that up, man. So it is WBO, okay. Because I saw that Povetkin is ranked high by the WBA as well, so I thought this was a WBA. It could be a WBA title eliminator as well. So, Sky Sports is going to hear the fight since '93 Sports. They're gonna air it. So let's see here. Oh, Dan, did you see the Fury's win over Hammer got turned over to a no contest? Really? When did that happen? Oh, because of the UCAT hearing situation with Tyson Fury. Is that what it was? That decision come down today? Let me look at that. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I see it. I see it right here. It's funny though because they ruled it a no contest, and then they still hold the Vladimir Klitschko victory intact. So that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I don't know. That's weird to me, man. I don't know. But hey, Christian Hammer's win is vacant pretty much, but the Vladimir Klitschko still win is still intact in the record book. So that's very interesting. Um, yeah, I really believe so because Vacant did. Here's the thing. Vacant's last fight against Andre Demetrenko, right? People expected Vacant to like knock him out, but after that performance, yeah, he won the fight, but he didn't really look too good in that fight as well. Perhaps it was a layoff that had something to do with it. I don't know, but he definitely didn't look too good in there against Demetrenko. He didn't look good in there at all. So, but again, it could be the layoff. So we'll see how. Not Demetrenko. I'm sorry, Rudenko. Andre Rudenko. So we'll see how he, fare off against Christian Hammer. What you call it? This, tonight. And you know what? To be fair, Demetrenko's never been stopped in his career, so I probably wouldn't hold Povetkin pizza fire on that. But and then again, so we'll see. But yeah, that's very interesting that how UCAT's going to overturn the decision with the Christian Hammer fight, but not the Vladimir Klitschko fight. That's very weird. So yeah, and here's the thing about that. I know I read something about the UCAT hearing. They cleared Fury to fight. They issued a 2-year ban, but then they said, you know what, haven't fought in 2 years anyway, so you've already served your ban. To me, this is just me. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here, but we got to read between the lines. I think that they initially suspended Tyson Fury 2 years ago. I really think they did, and they didn't want to make the humiliate the guy to a certain extent. So what they did is they did something behind closed doors. Said, "Look, we're going to suspend you, but we're not going to announce it publicly. We're going to suspend you, and then we're going to drag this situation out until your suspension period has been lifted, and then we'll go from there." I think that's what happened with this situation with him, with Tyson, and with Huey. I think they suspended him for 1 year, in my opinion, because it took Huey a full year to get back in the ring. He was on a long layoff. To me, I felt this was a bit suspicious. I think I think they suspended him already, but they didn't really announce it publicly. And now they're saying that, well, you get a 2-year ban, but you already served it. Going back to 2015. So that to me was a bit odd. Hey, but the point is, he's cleared. They cleared him, so he's ready. He's cleared to fight immediately. Of course, he's got to shed off all that weight. Definitely, it's good to see him back into the mix. NBT says lay off age and meldonium. Yeah, that's true. That's true about Povetkin. Yeah, can't take that meldonium. Can't take that. What else? That ostarine. So can't get those type of drugs anymore. So it is what it is. And like I said, due to those situations, he lost some physique. To me, I don't really see the power. I mean, like in his last fight against Demetrenko, I didn't see the power that he had against Takam, and when he bullied those guys who outweighed him like 20 pounds or even 15 pounds. Not like Jesus. Who else? Mike Perez, who never been knocked out prior to that. So, he put him out in one round. So that was very, very interesting. So we'll see how it goes. And he had increased definition in his physique, so that was very, very odd. He gained stamina just freakishly out of nowhere. When he in his previous fights, he never had any type. He's had severe stamina issues, so I don't understand. I don't. Yeah, it was kind of. I was kind of suspicious about Vacant at that point. So, well, like I said, that story is long gone. That chapter's been closed. Now he's fighting again, so that's what matters at this point. Kiwi says there's no overturning of Kiwi's fights at all. No transparency is not cool. I agree with that, man. They have to be transparent here. They gotta settle the situation on both sides equally. I agree with that. Who do you think Tyson should fight his return, Dan? We all ideally want him to fight a top 10 heavyweight, but given the circumstances that he's been out for 2 years, he's gained an excessive amount of weight, which would, his voice has changed, which indicates there's some drug use there. So he's definitely done a lot of damage to his body. I just don't think it would be feasible for him to get in the mix with the top 10 heavyweights at this point. I think he needs about three tune-ups at least, maybe two or three tune-ups, so that way he can get the feel, get back into the groove of things, so he can shake off the ring rust. He can get used to he can get used to his prime self. So I think maybe two or three tune-ups. Maybe fight someone like on a level of Frank Cassie, maybe. Yeah, I think that would be a good tune-up, like Frank Cassie or a Daniel Marks that recently fought Luis Ortiz, and before that he fought Brian Jennings and Joseph Parker. So those type of fights would be suitable for him, and then we definitely could go from there. And then he could get into the mix with other guys like Big Baby, like you mentioned, Jones, Big Baby, Dillian White, and others. Um, since '93, he should face Dillian White's tune up. No, I really, not. Look, here's the thing, man. I really would like for him to get in the mix, you know, preferably, but from a rational perspective, no, not at this point. He's definitely, he's got too much rerust. He's done a lot of damage to his body over the last 2 years. He needs to get back in shape. And put him in there against those guys right now when they're fresh in their prime and they're in shape, that's a bad move, in my opinion. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard did it. He was on a 3-year layoff. He was out of shape. He had a heavy drug use at the time. So maybe he could pull out Sugar Ray Leonard. We don't know. We'll see. You know. But then again, not everybody's Sugar Ray Leonard. you know. Maybe he could do that, but I doubt that he could do that. So let's see what else we got here. It's good to see him back in the mix. And like I said, I think Quebec's gonna win the fight. He'll win it on points. But if you guys think it's gonna be a knockout, all power to you. You know. Let's see. Let's see. We all know that David Lemieux and Billy Joe Saunders is set to square off this Saturday. So if I were to pick a winner, I'm definitely going with David Lemieux. Then again, Billy Joe Saunders, I don't know. It's kind of 50-50. Let me take this back, okay? I did say David Lemieux initially, but to me, looking at Billy Joe Saunders' boxing skills, he may be able to outpoint him, but the problem is that Billy Joe Saunders is going to somebody else's backyard. He had to give up, a lot of things for this fight. He couldn't negotiate all the terms to his advantage in a way. So this is the first time that Billy Joe has to fight in a hostile territory in another man's backyard, in another country. So he's got to deal with the Canadian judges. He's got to deal with the Canadian fighter, obviously, and the referee. More like it's going to be Canadian. Doesn't matter who the referee, what nationality is. To be honest with you, I don't care if I say I don't care. I don't think the Canadian if the judge selected to be Canadian will really matter. What really matters is that the man's in his backyard, so that's another thing. I'm 50-50 on this. I'll split on this one, man. At first I said Lemieux, but then again I had to think about it for a minute, looking at just Saunders' skills. I have to say 50-50. I'm not sure who's going to win this fight, to be honest with you. Kiwi says, I think Saunders should get a 12-round decision, but I want Lemieux to kick KO's big mouth. It's funny. Everybody wants Billy Joe Saunders to get knocked out, man. I mean, Billy Saunders over the years has really talked himself into obscurity after he beat Andy Lee. And that was 2 years ago, and he's only had, what, 2 successful title defenses since his reign, which is pathetic in the last 2 years. So he hasn't really been quite active, and he's been running his mouth off a lot too. So, but to be fair, he fought earlier this year. He's fighting again at the end of this year. So he's been more active this year than he was in the last 2. So I'll give him credit for that. NBC says that Saunders is going to stop him in the 11th round. Systematically, he's going to break Lemieux down. Hey, you making these bold predictions, NBC? If you're right on this one, man, I'm like, God damn, this man's been on point. Joe says, what the fuck is Billy O doing with that belt, man? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Holding it hostage for as long as he could, but now he's at the point that he's got to he can't do that anymore. So he's got to defend it. I think also it may have something to do with the fact that he's been pressured internally, maybe by the WBO to defend that title, because maybe they threatened to strip him if he didn't defend it at a timely manner. That's probably why he's been more active. So perhaps that's the case. Ross Collot says that Billy Slut Saunders will win. Hey, if you believe that, then fine. I can't be mad at you. But to me, I'm with everybody else in here, man. I believe that I really hope that David Lemieux will win that fight. To be honest with you, I really hope that he will. Kiwi says opinion on the Conor Benn fight, Dan. Oh, you know what, Kiwi? I covered this yesterday. Damn good fight, explosive fight, but it wasn't supposed to go down that way because the guy that he fought was Cedric Banu, which is a French journeyman, right, with a lot of losses on his record. Conor Benn got put down twice in that fight in the first round, and people thought he was a goner. And he had to battle back against this guy and really had to tough it out tooth and nail to get the win. Some people argue that Conor Benn didn't deserve the win. They thought it was more of a draw, which I agree. It should have been a draw, but he was given 3 more points by the judges unanimously. That was crazy. I thought if you were to give him that fight, maybe score 55, 56, 55, because that would probably be a more realistic score rather than 57, 54. I think, and this is funny because Eddie Hearn in the post-fight interview said the same thing. He said realistically that should have been a 56, 55 score, not a 57, 54. Okay, so yeah, very tough fight. I can tell you one thing: Conor definitely has a father spirit. Nigel, when you're in a tough situation like that, you find a way to battle back and you gut it out, and that's exactly what happened. So Conor Benn definitely's got the goods, man, but he's got some leaks in his armor, so he's got to fix that. He's got to sharpen that up a little bit. He's got to be more defense. He's got to be more. He's got to learn to prepare off the punches a bit more. He's got to keep his hands up, particularly that right hand, because he keeps it low a lot. And he was getting actually the left hand. He was getting clipped by those rights by Maynard. That Cedric Maynard. He was getting clipped by those throughout the fight. So yeah, Conor definitely got some learning to do. He gutted it out. Tough win. Should have been a draw, but 57-54 was a bit of a that was a bit of a that was a bit of a stretch for me. 57-54. And since we're on that, we know the headline of that fight was Katie Taylor versus Jessica McCaskill. And I have to say this again. Initially, I said Katie Taylor won it by maybe 1-2 points, but I have to look at I looked at the fight again. I said, what, Katie lost that fight because again, I initially said that she wasn't really quite running. Then again, I looked at she was running. She was running, she was holding, and she was headlocking Jessica McCaskill consistently in that fight. She got a point deducted, but even in that round, with Jessica McCaskill, the 7th round, when McCaskill dominated Taylor, the judges didn't even give McCaskill that round, which is very strange to me. One judge scored at 98-97. I think 2 judges scored at 98-91, and they didn't even take into account the point deduction. So I'm thinking to myself, how do you score that 98-91, knowing that there was a point deduction there, and you still gave that round to the woman who got dominated in that round? That was Katie Taylor. To me, that Katie Taylor had a very tough fight. And I have to give a shout out to EJ Boxing Live, man, because he was right about this. Because he predicted the outcome of this fight, how it was going to go down. And the thing is, too, I told him about Jessica McCaskill, and he did some research. He looked it up. He's like, you know what, she's going to be in a dogfight with this woman. And I knew Jessica was very strong. She's a relentless pressure fighter. She punches hard as hell. And I just thought that Katie would probably be, her skill set would be too much for Jessica. And Katie was really, this is something I didn't think I was going to see in this fight. Katie Taylor fought on the back foot for the majority of the fight. She was literally trying to get away from her because, in the first 2 rounds, she tried to mix it up with her. And she knew she could, her punches couldn't hurt Jessica because Jessica got a strong ass chin. And Jessica, she felt Jessica's rights and clubbing rights one night, and she punches hard as hell. And then she was railing back. She stood on the back foot throughout that fight. So again, she was on the back foot. She was holding profusely, headlocking McCaskill, and that was frustrating McCaskill because McCaskill didn't like that. So it was just, yeah, that was dodgy scoring right there on the judges on the Katie Taylor and Jessica McCaskill fight. And the fact is that Taylor's team and her tried to take that fight. They wanted to get McCaskill in there on a 3 weeks notice, and they took the fight. You got to give McCaskill's team credit for that. They took that fight because they wanted that fight for a long time, and they got it. And after that showing, I'll tell you one thing. If there were to be a rematch, I'll probably favor Jessica to win that rematch. And I don't think Katie Taylor's going to want it after what she had to go through. That's the first time in her career she had to really dig it out and get – she took a lot of punishment in that fight. And if people who are Katie Taylor fans, I'm sorry to say this, if you really think that Katie Taylor didn't take punishment in that fight against Jessica McCaskill, then I don't know what kind of cracking cocaine that you're on, man. I ain't trying to be funny, man. I'm just being truthful, man. It's just there's no way in hell you can tell me that she took no punishment in that fight. No way you can tell me that. And you can't tell me that she dominated Jessica McCaskill because that's not what happened. She did not dominate that fight. I'm just being honest. Rascal, I see you retracted that comment about Katie Taylor being a C-class fighter, man. Just be honest, man. Just be honest. What do you think about Katie Taylor?
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, EJ?
What are we discussing?
I was just discussing some stuff here about some news and everything, and I was just on the Katie Taylor and Jessica McCaskill thing. About I did look at the fight again, and you were right, man. I thought McCaskill won it by 2 points at least. I thought Katie Taylor. I thought she was winning way too much. She was holding too much. I mean, she should have gotten more points deducted for all that holding and headlocking and leaning on her back. On Jessica's back. So Katie. Like I said, a couple guys are saying that Katie won that fight overwhelmingly. She had a clash with McCaskill. I'm like, I didn't see no masterclass. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that in that fight. She was getting manhandled. She was getting beat up. I mean, that's the first time in her career that Katie Taylor had to endure something like that. And I think that she won't. If the rematch, if Jessica McCaskill won a rematch, which I think she would, I don't think Katie Taylor's going to want it. What do you think?
Nah, I don't think so. But you have to kind of look at it. This is respect the day after. I was kind of upset because I did put money down and she didn't go. But like, there's positive Katie can take out of it. That she can't just rely on just boxing on the back foot and maybe in England you get away with that, but you really have to put your foot down and dominate rounds. So she might come out and learn it a bit. Casco, maybe she comes out of it. Maybe don't take a fight on short notice. Maybe she could let her hands go and stop trying to look for the knockout. So both girls will come out with something positive. I think a rematch, to be fair, Katie's going to lose more than McCaskill, so I don't think she'll take that fight. But this is the thing. She's took that. She's probably going to learn from the experience, but there's other girls tougher. There's going to be there's other girls tougher, but you see, the thing is, you see what Eddie Hearn's going to do, because the thing is, Eddie, that's the toughest test to date. And the girl was, she did lose one, but, it was close decision.
Right.
But this one, the reason I think more time is I'm probably upset is just the scorecards. It was so wide. You could, like you said, 2 points, you give it to McCaskill, but probably the scorecards are way too wide. They didn't reflect that to your action in the ring. And Katie Taylor can come back from it. You know what I'm saying? So we see what happens when we talk to McCaskill. Post when she settles down back in Chicago, friends and family. I was checking on the Twitter. There's not much to say. Like they put on a good performance. I think for Showtime as well. I think they'd want to have her back because it was live on Showtime. I think they'd want to see her again. So, you know, both girls can come again. I think you can come back, especially if McCaskill wins a world title. If she wins a world title and fights Chicago, hey, you know what I'm saying? So McCaskill has to kind of go that option, try and get another world title somewhere else in the same division, and then they can try and build that fight again, you know, a unification.
Right, right. I agree with that. So you think maybe she should just go another route and get a title,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think because you know the thing is, yeah, there's you know positives. If she was on Showtime, she put up a really good performance, and like we can invest in her and see if she can go again another title rep. Because I think if she prepares, she's not going to be on the B side again. She's not. If you're in her career, she shouldn't be putting herself in a position where she's the B side, short notice and stuff like that. And you know she called Katie Taylor out, and to be fair, Katie answered and she came. And on short notice, you know, they had everything on Katie's side. So that I think your team has to learn from that position as well. You know, give yourself enough time to prepare. But to be fair, she put up even the limited time she had, 3 weeks she had. Yeah, she put up a really good, valiant effort. Even like I said, I thought she won the fight. But like Katie can come back and go, whoa, these girls are tough and they ain't gonna be intimidated by you. But can Katie Taylor win another fight like that again? Where she's feeling the power, you know, where she has to on the back foot, where she's going to tie it up. She shows her experience, but can she win another fight like that again against all aggressive him? Because the girls are not intimidated by her power. She does show some vulnerabilities. How long can Katie Taylor continue if she has the fight? So, and she's a world champion now, so you're not going to get those easy touches.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I'm looking at that division. You got Nicola Adams. You got Chantel Cameron in there too, man. You got what's the other English girl? What's her name? I think Nakia Jones. I think that's her name. But those girls are very tough, man. Those girls won't lay down. I think Cameron, looking at that fight, Cameron is very more skillful. And she punches hard as hell too. I think she doesn't. She may not punch as hard as McCaskill, but she does punch very hard. She's a valiant puncher. Her hands is much more quick. She uses very awkward angles when she throws those punches. So that will be and she's much faster on her feet than Katie Taylor. So that right there will be a dangerous fight for Katie Taylor if she takes it. And Cameron's undefeated, and she's represented by McGuiggins, by the McGuiggins. So they promote her.
Yeah, you know, I think with Katie, I think what they do, they give her another, like, you know, she don't need to. She took a voluntary this there, so she's got a mandatory, and then she don't need to fight again. So Eddie, you know, they're gonna have to look closely. I don't think they're gonna take a gamble like that again and get her notice. So she's gonna be on the A side in terms of tickets. You know, if she really wants to make a name for herself and separate herself from the other women that are coming out,
right?
She you know, it'd be nice for her to go on the road. But as you've seen already, if she fights in that way, because the thing is, what I'm saying is that with Katie, she has to deal with controversy. Because what it is that it's all right hitting pads and hitting bags when things don't hit back. It's when you get hit back. And what is shown to me in the last fight, coming into the fight, where she won the champion, she won it from the champion. It showed to me that there was vulnerabilities in the last fight, so I could see she could be exploited. And what I was right, it was actually correct in terms of how she was going to get exploited. So the next person coming in, if they've had adequate training session and they can take a punch, Katie's going to be in trouble. She knows she's going to be in a hard-fought fight. And the thing is, relying on her power is not going to be a thing. That's why she tried to box. But as you know, she wants to fight. But the trainers, that's what they told her to. You need to box and you'd win it. We'd win it comfortably. But in England and London, maybe you get away with that. But maybe don't get away with that in another country. So, you know, we got to see what she does. I guarantee if she leaves England and fights one of them champions, listen, if the scoring was in America or anywhere else, they wouldn't have been. It would have been much closer. And that arguably, like I said, Catskill would have won. You know, you have to look at that. If you're trying to market Katie Taylor with Showtime, I don't see how that fight can market her as like one to watch. You know that because that's why the referee, you know, he had to be seen to be fair. That's why he took a point off. But after that, it was all going to be about the judges at that point, you know. Because remember, again, she's the A side, and she, to be fair, in terms of shining for the American public, because you know you got Irish people in America. I don't know if she did that. They love her anyway. They're going to come to see her anyway in New York, Boston. They're going to come to see her, but you know she has to realistically look at her team in her camp and what does she need to change in her thing. Well, I think she needs to be more cuter. You know, she needs to be able to jab and slip, roll punches. She don't know how to roll shots. She'd rather put her hands up and back herself up in the rope than roll. As Catskills learned her skills, she knows how to roll and everything, man.
Right.
Roll and, you know, Katie can pivot, but she hasn't known how to roll and ride shots, you know, ride shots in the pocket.
Right. That's a good point, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, to be honest with you, based off that fight, based off what she had to go through, we're not going to see Katie Taylor in a while. She's going to be resting for at least a good few months and then get back into training. She took some punishment in that fight, some bad punishment.
In two fights, she had some tough time in two fights. She was busy. I'll give it that she's active. I'll give it that she was active, but in two fights they were quite hard because she just won the belt from the champion, and she fought a top challenger, and the top challenger, even though she didn't have adequate time, she gave Katie all the trouble she can ask for. So it's up to Katie. Can she get better? What does she need to go back and learn from, or she going to continue doing the same thing? Because she has to. To me, she has to change. The trainer, to me, look limited. The trainer's limited. Like he
looks very limited. I agree. He doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. So no disrespect to him.
He's got a training. He's probably one of the guys from the amateur system, and where you can outpoint. You see how Katie fights. She fights to score points scored to pop shots. But in the pro game, you can see people sitting down on their shot, because that's why I gave her the point the rounds for Casco. She sits down on the shots and she throws some real nasty, mean shots. You could be peppering if you like, but she saw some real digging, hurting shots. She had Katie against the ropes. She staggered her, wobbled her. You can't take that away from McCaskill, from Jessica, man. So.
Yeah. Kiwi in the box in the comment section say, I would love to see Taylor get low with her hands, hire her to work a little bit more on the inside, have her work a little bit more on the inside, get more angles and range on of the taller fighters. Well, Kiwi, that's a problem. She tried to get inside with McCaskill. That didn't work because McCaskill was too strong for her.
Yeah, she's strong.
Yeah, McCaskill could take her punches. So that's why she had to get a fight from the outside the best way she could. She's like, look, I can't hurt this girl. I can't trade with her in the inside, so I got to fight from the outside and pot shot to victory. That's what she did. But at the same time, she was holding like a motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of holding and head locking, But
because look at this, Dana man, right? If McCaskill had the same push like Katie, how great would McCaskill been if she had the same build that Katie Taylor with Eddie Hearn? Because if McCaskill came over and did the same thing, they would have kicked her out the fight. If she came over and holded and did the stuff that Katie did, they would have kicked her out the fight and booed her out the place.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny though, because I was going at it with a couple guys on the comment section. They were like, "Well, I don't know why Howard Foster took that point away from that was a disgrace." I'm like, "Well, if you were watching the fight, man, Katie was already warned 2 times about that. She was holding profusely, man. She was headlocking her. In fact, McCaskill got so mad that Katie even tried to sneak a punch. This is actually where Howard Foster took the point. Katie headlocked her, right? And trying to sneak an uppercut while headlocking her in the inside. I seen that. I was like,
but that's what I'm trying to say. The referee saw what was happening. The referee's close watching the fight. Katie holding on for dear life. She's holding on for dear life, man. She's like, this girl's a monster.
Yeah, man. That was, like I said, that was a damn good fight. I definitely want to see a rematch. But like you said, man, maybe McCaskill needs to go a different route, get a title, and then, come back and say, hey, we need to get that rematch, because now there's more interest in us getting that rematch, So, hey, Kiwi says, hey, Keith Taylor must have been watching Klitschko. Hey, Vladimir used to do that shit notoriously for years. I agree with you on that. But it is what it is. But anyways, man, just to shift the conversation a little bit, Mikey Garcia and Sergey Lipinets is going to be fighting for the 140-pound title. What do you think about that?
Oh, he's fighting Lipinets, yeah?
Yep, he's fighting Lipinets.
It's a good fight. I got Mikey winning that. Mikey picking up another belt there. It's not going to be easy, but I got him picking up a belt there.
Cool. Well, I mean, by knockout or by decision?
I got him decision, but with Mikey, Mikey don't like to leave it to the cards. Mikey's all action, bro, and exciting. Mikey wants to please his fans, his fan base. That's why his fan base are loyal to him. So Mikey will try and knock him out if he can. But if not, he will definitely squeak out. I wouldn't say squeak out. I think he'll comfortably beat him. He's very good boxing, Their styles meet good, the Bull and the Matador. I think their style. But he's like Broner. After you beat someone like Broner, bro, your confidence has to be nice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Broner's a really good high level. When he's on his game, Broner's very high level. And this guy here, he throws a lot of punches, but he has to get in close range. He has to get in close range and stuff. Mikey's got the beating to beat him. Mikey should beat him, but anything could happen. It could be a banana skin, but I don't think so. He beat recently Comey, is the Russian guy. He beat Comey, close points. So this is a good step up for the both of them. So we have to see how this is gonna go, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely picking Mikey to win it, but I think he'll stop Lipinets probably late in the fight. I think he'll stop him, but that's just my prediction on it. But anyhow, something else came up too. You might want to chime in on this. Kevin Barry, Joseph Parker's trainer, came out and said that Joseph Parker has a better resume than Anthony Joshua. Yeah, this is what he
He's
said.
what? He's what? He said what? He said what?
He said Joseph Parker has a better resume than Anthony Joshua. This is what he said.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see the thing is, yeah, all the stuff he's saying is just to sell the fight. Like, say what he wants to say. You say Anthony Joshua's chinny and all that stuff there. It's all scare tactics. Like, it looks really bad on his position. And, you know, anyone with any sense can see what's going on. I mean, the reason why you're doing it, is it humor? Do you really believe in it? It doesn't matter. People, and maybe he's saying it to the New Zealand thing to say, like, we don't watch the internet. Like, that the guy can say what he wants, be what he is. It shows to me that they what it is to me, she's to me, they're getting lowballed on the percentages for the money. That's what it seems to me. That's why he's saying all this stuff. So maybe they could, because Joseph is being disrespected. But to be fair, if I was managing Joseph Parker and I would have made Joseph better than what he is. First off, you win a fight against some fat blubby guy, right? And then you go on. What do you do with you don't even try and say, I want to challenge the best. Where's the best? Like you make Joseph fight some bums, right? You know, Klitschko was there, Wilder was there. You know, you make him fight bums that people don't really care about. He has a life and death with Takam, you know, and you know what I'm saying. So, you know, if you want, you can say what you want. He can say, like in England, we're looking at it like, is it? All right.
Well, you know what? He did comment on that, dude. He did say about the Takam fight. He said, "Look, at least we had 3.5 months to prepare for that fight, right? We got the best out of Takam. Joshua called Takam 12 days notice to take that fight, okay? And he still couldn't knock him out in 2 rounds, like he said.
Yeah, but the thing is, but look at this, right? Joseph. Yeah, that's cool, but look what Joshua did. Joshua blooded him up and knocked him down. Well, if I recall, Joseph Parker never knocked him down, and I recall he didn't even cut his face. You know what I'm gonna say? And then on top of that, take a fight. He took a fight on the short. He wasn't looking to fight Takam. He wanted to fight Pulev. So there's a lot of factors into that, and even all them factors in it, Takam put up a good value effort, but Takam wasn't even. I didn't give Takam 1 round. That's Joseph Parker and him. Takam won quite a few rounds. I think he won by like 3 points. When Joshua fought, it was completely one way. Like, to compare, like, them people over there, they gotta say what they gotta say. But I think it's the more to do with they're being disrespected on the percentages of what they're getting. And Eddie Hearn, and they can say what Eddie's like, yeah. Eddie knows. You just say what you want. Just bring your New Zealand self over to the stadium, all right? And let's fight, right? And that's it. Joshua's the marquee guy. But the thing is, they have to think, when we're coming over to fight the marquee guy, we must believe we can win. If we win, we're in a position to get millions of money. So you shouldn't really complain either. You know, you're getting the biggest payday, and if you win, you can dictate where you want to go. So you shouldn't really complain. If the trainer wants to say, oh yeah, he hasn't really fought anyone, so this Joseph Parker's going to be his hardest test. So keep talking. As Joshua will just keep quiet and keep training. And when it comes to the fight, we will find out. But everyone knows that when they fight, Joseph Parker has an uphill battle, brother. He will be relieved of the WBO title. No doubt about it. That's as clear as day. He will be relieved of the title, right? And also he will be relieved, and he will be relieved of the title, but he'll have a good payday, and he'll have a position to come back. He'll have a position to come back. I mean, you know, this is a voluntary. Maybe they put a rematch clause in there. If you're smart, you have a rematch clause in there. So, you know, even though you got to lose the title, so you can make another $1 million payday as well. So it's not in your best interest to keep criticizing Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn might say there's no rematch clause. So what do you do then?
Yeah, that's a good point. But here's the thing though. Damn, what I was gonna say. I was gonna add something to that, but Joe, I knew what I was gonna add, because Joseph and Kevin Barry might have some other issues to deal with as well. Because Alexander Vacant and Christian Hammer's fighting for that title eliminator, I think tonight or tomorrow. So I favor Vacant to win that fight, and he, obviously the winner becomes a mandatory to that WBO title. So what do you think? Joseph Parker may have to deal with Vacant more likely before Joshua. How do you see that situation playing out?
See, this is that's a good point you put that. That's a good point. You see, this is what I'm saying to you, yeah? In boxing, you can't get away. So even if he goes forward to Joshua, he could lose. If he stays around, you lose to Povetkin in Russia, because Povetkin will definitely win the purse bid with the $1 million Russians.
Yeah.
You're fighting, so you know you're fighting in Russia, right? So where you want to fight in Russia, where they're gonna do you for drugs and a whole heap of messed up shit you over there, or do you want to fight in England where you actually got a fair chance of more chance, you know? So they have to deal with these sort of dilemmas, which is waiting for you, and that's what it is. The real challenges coming for you. You can't get away. See, they say, listen, let's be real. They said Wilder has the worst resume in boxing, but who really, as an active champion, who has the worst resume, really and truly, you know? You know what I mean? Kiwi boxing might not like what I'm saying, but let's be real. Yeah, you can say Wilder, but bruv, what's he got? Andy Ruiz, Tecum. What's he got? Huey Fury? Come on, man. I know. See, so come on, man. It's like
that's horrible. But let's if Wilder gets that Ortiz win, if he gets that Ortiz win, definitely got to give him a favor on his if he gets that win.
Yeah, well, thing is, if he was fighting Dominic Brazil's, Amir Mansour's, Anguno, you know what I'm trying to say? Them kind of level, Molina, Duhaupas, to gauge what's going on. Nah, he don't want none of them guys. Them guys are tough. You know what I mean? Them guys are tough on the day. They could, they give banana skills, but no, they stayed away. Unactive Huey Fury, and so he has to make a decision, because wherever he goes, he's got the target on his back. He's a champion, so they're gonna have to fight someone. And you're not winning the first bid with the Russians. That's not happening. I'll say that right now.
I agree. But Joe Wilson in the comment section, he's from the UK. He said that Parker might just purposely drop that belt if he fights Povetkin. What do you think?
Say that again, sorry?
He says that Parker might just purposely drop that belt if he has to fight Povetkin. What do you think? If he loses the first bid.
Right, your connection was broken up, Dan, man. You have to repeat that again. Sorry, say it again.
I'm sorry, man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he said that Joe Wilson, he's from the UK, in the comment section. He said that Parker might just drop that belt if he has to fight Povetkin in Russia. What do you think?
You know what? I'll be fair. Parker's a champion, and he's got heart of a champion. I can't see them doing that, because he'd get criticism. So they'd have to fight it. Us as people who watch here, we'd think that's what we would do, but I don't think the fight would do that. I don't think they would be allowed to do that. It's truly, where do you go? Where would you put your face? You can't. You have to fight, even if you lose and go out on your back. That's more honorable than the winner title, and to have a real contender and just to throw your belt in the bin like that. He wouldn't. I don't think that would even. I don't think that's even an option. But if he does do that, hey, listen, we saw Rigo quit the other day. We saw Nicholas Waters quit. In boxing, it could happen. Boy, if it happens, I'll give you props, bro. You called it, but as a fighter's mentality, it will never. The first thing to do is, I got this guy. No, and I'm gonna give it the belt.
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting, man. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't think Joseph is going to be dropping that title. I think he's too proud of a champion, regardless of what people say about him. He's too proud. He's a man of integrity, so I don't think he's going to drop that title. He'll go through it if Povetkin becomes mandatory, and obviously he will win that purse bid. So, he's going to have to go through the waters. I think he'll do it. So, but hey, one more thing, man, before I wrap this up, and we'll have to talk about something else offline. According to Frank Warren, Carl Frampton will be fighting Nito Donaire. What do you think about that fight?
Beautiful fight. That's a beautiful fight. Beautiful fight. Good timing for Carl Frampton, who didn't look particularly good in this fight. Nito Donaire, you know what? Hey, listen, he's legit. He could punch. If Frampton's on his game, he should be able to itch out our points. But if the Nito can bring anything back for what he used to be, boy, Frampton will be in trouble. Like, the Nito can punch, and the thing is, Frampton is still small. He can punch and stuff like that, but we don't know how he will deal with the Nito's power. You have to favor Frampton in that fight. But what a fight! What a fight! It's a good name. It's perfect timing for Frampton. But what the Nito there is turning up? Is he just taking up for the payday? Does he truly believe the Nito's got a heart? He would never quit. I'll give it that. Like, he got his overthrow smashed up by Rigo, and he would never quit. Yeah, but as he got the boxing acumen to actually give Frampton anything, I think he's come up a lot of weights. He might be taller than Frampton and stuff like that. He has a very good left hook. He might be, you know what? hand speed might be there, you know, hand speed, but he's, you know what, he's got a resume. Hamilton's got a good resume, but
Right.
the Nito has got a tight resume. Remember, he was #3 pound for pound, fight of the year. You know, he's fought a lot of fighters. How much of Nito there got left? Is Frampton, you know, Frampton needs to put on a good performance to keep his bidding. Frampton should win, but this is boxing, and this is actually, in my opinion, probably his, you know, he got Santa Cruz, but I think in terms of name, this is probably his best name on his resume if he fights this guy.
I agree. I think it would be. But you know what though? If Nonito does win that fight, the fight's supposed to be scheduled for Belfast on April 7th, I think, going to Warren.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
if Nonito pulls it out, man, this would be a good win to rejuvenate his career. What do you think?
Yes, I think so. And you know what? He's got, if it's in Belfast, there's a lot of Philippine people in the UK. I think
Yeah.
hopefully Nito can kind of rally them up to come support him in Belfast, because you know what, this is the first UK debut for Nito Donaire. So you know, hopefully he can get some fans to come over to watch him. But it's going to be a tall order in Belfast. He's everything. You know, he's got everything like Katie Taylor, Frampton. He's got it in Belfast. It was a sold out event. They're trying to
Right.
build marketing him as Belfast's biggest star from the eclipse, or should I say the collapse. The collapse of Conor McGregor. He doesn't want to fight no more, so he can market himself as the biggest star in Belfast in Ireland. So I like the fight. I think it's good matchmaking by Frank Warren. It's good timing by Frank Warren, and it's good for the broadcaster. Like, we're going to be interested. I think everyone's going to be interested in that fight. For real. And
Right.
the thing is, even though, look, if this is what I was going to say about boxing, and guys need to listen, right? You know, if a guy, even though he's at the end of his career, if he's still willing to fight and he's still willing to get in there, you have to give a guy as a fighter's shots. But most people will say, like, oh, people need to quit, they should stop fighting. Like, you probably think when they need to there, but guys got bills to pay, they've got money, they've got lifestyle, they want to continue. And this is the paying business. Lenito then has a good name, good resume, and if they're catching him at the right time, they catch it. He knows he's the B side at this point. So if Lenito wins, I'll give him props. If Carl Frampton wins, I will give him props legitly. Is the fight going to be competitive? Will be the question. Lenito's got good foot speed and can box, but we don't know how much. When was Lenito's last fight, and who did he fight? Was he on a win? Is he on a winning streak? So we have to look at these factors a bit more closely. But I like the fight. I'm happy.
I think he is. I know. Before one fight, he lost to Jesse Magdaleno for his 122-pound WBO title. That was on a top rank card underneath the Pacquiao and Vargas fight. He got another tune-up. He went back up to featherweight, so he won the WBC silver featherweight crown against Ruben Garcia Hernandez. I think some type of journeyman type of guy. He fought him up back in September. So he's coming in with one fight win streak. I'm sorry, he won his previous fight, so he'll go in. He won't go in as I'm losing your previous fight, as you want to call it. So
how many fights he win coming into the fight? 2 or 3? What was it?
Just one. He's won. Well, let's put it this way. He's won.
Who did he lose to recently?
He lost to Jesse Magdaleno, the same guy that ducked ringing down. You know?
Oh man, Jesse Magdaleno? What was it? What did he lose by? What? The points, right?
Yeah, he lost on points. You know, his decision.
And what about before that? Did he win a fight before that?
Yeah, he captured the. Yeah, he was on a 4-fight win streak before he lost to Magdaleno. So.
You know what? Hey, listen. You know what? I tell you what. You see, this there alone shows the caliber of the guy. You see what I'm trying to say? The level of the opponents he's been facing. He's a threat. So he shows that he might be a bit lively.
Yeah.
It shows that he might be a bit lively. What's the gap between him, right? The fight, the fight he won, or the fight he's won recently, and the fight with Frampton. What's the gap between? What will it be?
It'll be I think about a 5-month gap. Yeah, about 5.
That's all right. So he's right. That's all right. That's not that bad. That's not that. So you're getting he'll be all right. 5 months is not that bad. Yeah, that's enough time to prepare. So they're giving him a task. They're giving him a task. Is he still with Top Rank?
No, I think he signed with someone else. He signed with another promotion, so he's not with Top Rank anymore.
Okay, so he's got adequate time to prepare as well. So I think you know what, it should be okay then. It should be, because you always look at the gap of how they're bringing a guy in. I think I think that should be fine then. Yeah, man, I like the matchup. I'll be excited to watch that fight. It's a good fight for the broadcast. Like I said, for the UK. For Nito, they're fighting in the UK, and hopefully, a lot of Filipinos can go over to fight him. It's not when people win; it's when they're down. You can see a fighter, and he's a warrior, man. Nito is nice, and the Filipino flash.
Yep. Yeah, he's
Hey,
a
you know
warrior.
what? We saw the last Filipino guy. This is the thing. Remember the last Filipino guy came over and beat the guy recently. The guy in Box Nation. He beat the shit out of him. I can't remember. You remember the
Was it
Filipino
recently?
guy recently? Yes.
Who did
Yes,
he
he's a
fight?
world champ.
Who's
Yeah, I
who?
think he fought Conlan. He fought Conlan's brother, isn't it?
Yeah, that was Colin. Yeah, it was man, who's that cat? I know who you're talking
Ah,
about.
yeah. But he fought Colin's brother. But that Philip, that's a Philip. You see what I'm saying? So they've got little, and that was on the Belfast. I think that was on the Belfast card, innit?
Yep.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So for Nito, I saw that. I saw that. I said, oh, you know what? Let me just go in there, and put hands on this dude, and see what's going on.
Yeah. Hey man, let me look at the comment section real quickly here. Whoa, wait, hold up. Kiwi said that the Vacant and Hammer fight is for the WBL and the WBA mandatory position. So is that a rumor? Really? Hold
That's what it
on.
says.
That is crazy. I never heard it. Hey, you know what? Maybe we need to go back to those times where we need to get a unified mandatory challenger, like it back in the late '80s and the '80s and the '90s. So
Yeah, Zone was to jump in. Zone says work time. He was to
uh,
come in. He was to come in and operate on someone. I don't know
yeah,
who
we
was
were
the
supposed
what.
to have a debate, man, but Low Place didn't
Who
want
you
it.
supposed to be dating? What's it supposed to debate about?
About the Rigondeaux and Rio situation, but yeah, let me get Zone the link. Yeah,
Low,
let me
low,
get him.
low, low place as what's the word? He's barred. He's done a Marco Antonio Barrera on you, like the WBC. You will no longer be boxing on your channel.
Yeah.
No longer debating on your channel. Yeah.
Nah, no, that's what I want to talk to you about. Yeah, he got mad because of the fact that, to me, I think after that last debate, a lot of guys who are neutral, you see a lot of neutral guys come on my channel, EJ, not just, LDBC, whoever, they got mad because they told him that he he lost the debate. And he wasn't liking that. So he was trying to lump them in with the other guys who said he lost, like Haplo and Rasclot. So, you know, you know,
But
so
the judges are always going to be the people in the chat. If they feel he lost, that's their opinion. If he felt he won, that's his opinion as well.
right,
What is that?
exactly. Yeah.
Is that the reason why he won't come over? Is that the only reason?
Well, like I said, we'll talk about that, man.
Because I know it might be the other stuff that I put out. Yeah, I mean, it might be that stuff, man. But I don't know. But in the end of the day, look, whoever it is, like Low Place and Zone, yeah, they have really good debates. But look, why you and him have good debates? So you could just will he debate you on your channel? Will he even debate you on your channel? Is this barred, or he's not even
Well,
gonna
here's the
come on your
thing.
channel?
Here's the thing. I said that come on. I told him in zone, like, come on my channel. I'll moderate like last time, and then I'll let you guys discuss it. He didn't want that because he
He
said
don't
he was
trust
going
you,
to.
bro. Yeah.
He didn't want that.
He
So
don't trust you. Yeah, he thinks you're out to. Yeah, he thinks it's yeah. You got.
I
What
wasn't
I tell
picking
you what. Yeah,
nobody's
listen to
side.
this, right? Listen to this, right? What we want to do. This is what we want to do. You should. What you do. You best out of two. So you have one on his channel, and the last one on your channel. Then that's that. That's how you negotiate that. Because I think he feels like it's going to be unfairly thing because he's on your channel. So if
Well,
maybe
here's
you
the
go.
thing. Here's the thing. I told him that you and Charlie Brown were going to come on too, and he still didn't want that.
On your channel, because on your because it's on your channel. So I'm trying to
Yes,
say
on
to
my
you.
channel. So that way,
Yeah,
I don't
that's what
feel
I'm saying.
like I
That's
got to
fine.
police everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm
fair.
gonna say. You have to debate on his channel and the next one on your channel straight after. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how you have to
All right.
compromise. And then because he probably thinks you're gonna be unfair, innit? So I don't know.
Well,
That's what I would do.
here's the thing. That's why I said you and Charlie's gonna come on. So that way, there's a difference.
With Danny, it wouldn't even matter. It's on your channel. He just thinks the people gonna get him on. They're out to get him on your comment section. See, every channel
Nah,
has a
man,
different.
he gotta stop worrying about that.
No, you know what it is, Dan. To be fair, every channel we have here has a different people on their channel. You know what I'm saying? And every channel sub to, they're your guys, innit? Whether you like it or not, they're gonna say stuff. So that's what he's feeling is gonna be unfairly thing. So he didn't like it. So that's what I would do. I would go, okay, I'll come on your channel and let's do it on your channel, and then I'll bring it back on my channel. Or you can have it on his channel and then upload it onto your channel. Either way, he still
Well,
gets it done.
that's fine, bro. But that's fine. But to be fair, though, you see all the people in the comment section now, all neutral people. These are the same people who said he lost. They're not part of another crew that he has a problem with.
Yeah, Zone says EJ hating. Yeah, saying he won. When did I didn't say he won, Zone. I didn't say he won. I'm saying he felt he won. You know what I mean? He might get that. He might get that work. Yeah, well, you know, hey, you and him always battle when we're off air. So yeah. I know that. Well, hey, listen, hey, the links in the chat zone. Batman put it in the chat, so you want to jump on.
Yeah, I've got Rock 89. I told Rock to come on too to talk. So yeah, I might have a few minutes, guys, till my battery's done, so you gotta get on real quickly. But here's the thing. Yeah, like I said, man, it's good points. It's fair, but at the same time, it's like, again, you see the comment section. This is not just one group that he has an issue with, because he's trying to lump my comment section as one particular group. And I'm like, dude, do you look at my comment section? All the guys that said you lost were all neutral guys. They're not part of that group.
No, I don't think he believes you. But you know what? I'm not getting involved. Listen, I can't talk for the guy. He's not here. He can talk. He can actually talk for himself. So, because I was reading the comments in the group, and I was like, "What do you mean you don't want to go over? Like, why don't you want to go over? Like, you mean I want to go over? I don't know whatever. I don't know what's going on. People getting gun shy out here, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know that, man. I couldn't tell you why. Yeah, but that's the link.
Look, man. Here's the thing. Well, I'll let Zone explain too, because this dude really admitted why he didn't want to come on here. Because let me just say this.
You're putting the fire in the flame. Why are you gonna do that, Big Zone, today? I told you did.
Let Zone talk about it. Let's bring you down offline, man.
You're deep, bro. You're deep. They're saying
it's offline.
He said it's off. He probably got the wrong link. I don't know. Hey, Dan, I'm gonna bounce anyway. Dan, I'm gonna bounce anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna send to you. I'm gonna listen in. Yeah, I'm gonna listen in. Catch you guys in a minute, man.
All right, man. Take care, man. Thanks for coming on, brother.
You're welcome, bro.
All right. Zone. I don't know, man. It's not, I don't know what's going on, but well, look, my battery's gonna die anyway, so I'll tell you what. I'll talk to you guys offline. But anyways, I'll finish up my discussion for today, guys. You got the news. I appreciate you, buddy, for coming on. EJ for chopping up with me a little bit. Kiwi, as always, brother. MBT. Digo, 082, man. I'm at the address you another time, man. Eddie Salsa, man, as always, man. Thanks for coming in, Joe Host. 1224529. Truth and Facts, Bo. Supreme Commander, good man. Talking to you. I forgot to mention about you, Rob. Marxist, man. I don't know about that handler name, but it's all good. Ras Clock. Since 93 Sports. I think I got everybody, man. Jill Zoe, he was in here for a minute. Okay, Black. I forgot about you, brother. Shout out to you, man, for coming in. Red Fox. I know you were in here for a minute as well. So I'll be back on a little bit later today, y'all. I appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to sign off of here. I am out.